Hello Nigeria, hello Africa, it's Tesa Radio to the globe.
For those of you probably listening to us for the first time, and you're wondering this segment show of this Ask Muli show. This segment is actually time whereby people ask some various questions about business, growth, branding, and a lot of things. So they ask. So if you're listening and you have some question you want to ask, you can use any of our social media platform comment sections with the hashtag Ask Muli show. Muili is spelled Muili. Show is spelled SEUN. So hashtag Ask Muili Show. So our team definitely we do run around all various social media platforms and we gather all those questions because we believe what makes individual someone actually asking some certain questions. We believe more people also may be facing same challenges and they may actually need some more light to those questions. So that's why we decided to bring them on board and have guests on show so that while we discuss, we share more light with the guests also. And it's actually been remarkable from the beginning of this Q&A we're doing today. And very, mind-blowing. I think we've got one tomorrow as well, something like that. So thank you. And our guest in the building, Doris, you're doing very, very great. And thank you once again for coming and saying yes to our calling. This really means a lot to our team. Thank you very much. So hope you're good, right? Can we continue?
Yes.
All right. How do you think content creation can create trust between the creator and the listeners, the audience you're creating the content for? How do you think it can actually create a trust between? What do you think in that part?
Okay. Content creates trust between the creators and the audience. When you give valuable content,
Valuable
give
content.
value to your audience.
Okay.
And also when you show your personality through your content, let them know who you are. You communicate your values to them.
Okay.
Their content. It creates trust.
That is awesome. And very importantly, when she said showing your personal self and stuff to like, it wasn't talking about faking it all. We're talking about the real self. You don't need to go look for a very good background before you're going to take the videos.
Yeah.
There is this video that went viral, I think yesterday or 2 days ago. The girl was, the house she stayed, very pretty lady anyway, the house she is in, how do I put it? The background, the wall has not been plastered yet, and she was dancing inside it, and the content went viral. Why? Because of they said she was not faking it. She's very pretty. I mean, she's pretty, so that she was not faking it, and she was able to, make a video and being happy. So when we're referring to creating content between the creator and also as well the audience, how it can actually make a trust is because showing your real identical self, because you can actually fake it from the beginning, but faking it is very, very expensive game for you to play. So definitely one day you will run out of the sources of what you're using to fake it, you understand, and the real truth you started getting revealed, you understand. So that's just it, and that was very interesting one anyway. So we're gonna go to the second one, and so what do you think? How does content marketing drives revenue for creators?
Okay. The content you're putting out there,
Okay,
it generates
leads.
for you. And
Yeah.
then your content is what we create trust and converts your audience into buyers. And also your content spreads brand awareness.
Okay,
It positions yourself to the world. That's how they get to see you. And it also gives you this figure of an authority in the industry where you are working.
right now, I'm beginning to like you the more because she's honestly just kind of blown up with those, what you're giving us. It's not by in the size anyway. I hope Patrick is listening right now, because it's not by, it's not by the size, but what content of the system, like the engine. So now what we refer, this content marketing driving system is yourself. Now, there are two different kind of content creators. There are content creators that create content in 100% situation for them to sell to their audience. Now, for instance, let me just imagine it this way. When you create content, and at the end of the content is click the link in my bio to my course. There is nothing wrong. I'm not saying something is wrong with content creators that sell. That is not what I'm talking about. But I have the belief in the industry for a long time and the experience that if you keep selling to people, it will definitely get to a stage whereby people will no longer buy because they were used to that your language. In fact, you see the engagement of your audience, the way they engage with your content will reduce dramatically. Why? Because they already know at the end of your video is to go and buy courses. What about we have a system whereby you keep pushing value out, and maybe one day you may just say, hey guys, there is this stuff, you guys have to check it out. It's actually cost maybe $99.99. Go ahead and check it out. One, aggressively people are going to embrace that. Why? Because probably this is maybe the first time they are seeing you telling them to go buy something. And they're going to believe and have the trust that, oh, this thing is going to do them more value. Because, people in the marketing says, I'm not condemning anybody in the marketing content that just keeps selling. That is good for you. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about, generating a large revenue. What about the day you now write your book and your book comes out? If your book comes out and you start telling them, hey, my book is out, you may actually get a lot of people to buy. Why? Because you've already collected their money they already have. But if you're the kind of person that is creating meaningful content in terms of value, helping them in their business, in their life, whatsoever the kind of industry you actually find yourself, the day your books is going to come out, you'll just be amazed. Like you just have a sold out within just a few days. So that is that part. So revenue definitely follow valuable content. It always follows valuable content. So we're going to take one more question, then we go on a short break. Before we come in, we're definitely going to ramp up. So the second question before the break here says, I think this was kind of related to what we just asked, but since our team picked up the question now, so the next question said, kind of related anyway, what advantage does content creation do to your business? You as a content creator. So what advantage do you think content creation does?
The first advantage I like to mention is trust.
Okay,
I'd like to share a brief story.
all right, go ahead, please.
So one day I was on Facebook. Then a lady dropped a post. She needed somebody to help her open a PayPal account.
Okay,
And then a guy went to the comments and tagged someone that person can help her create the account. But then she went to the person's page,
DM. Okay,
and there was nothing there that shows he does that kind of service.
stuff like that. Yeah.
Yes. So the girl now went back to the comment and said, there is nothing on this page that shows offer the service. So how am I supposed to trust it? So that's one advantage of content. When you have great content, it builds trust between you and your audience.
Okay.
And you also get better traction on your social media pages. And content will also make you build a loyal fan.
Okay.
And your audience will stick long with you, especially if you're kind of a creator that gives
More valuable content for them. Yeah.
And also another advantage is that it converts strangers into buyers. That's the conversion.
The first time people perspective about your brand, and the first time convert them to sales.
Yeah. And your content also generates leads, like I mentioned.
Yeah.
Before. So those are the advantages of content.
Well, I've got nothing to add in addition to what you said, because I've started liking you the more, man. So we're gonna go on a short break right now, because how do I put it? I've started liking it more. All right, so we're going to a short break right now, and we're going to come back in a couple of seconds, and to wrap up today's show. And I hope we actually bringing you more value, because you can't even tell me you're not getting any value anymore, because what I've got on the show is just mind shaking. So, guys, I'm going to see you guys in a few seconds. Thank you.
Everybody live for a reason. But believe me or not, we are destined for one purpose or the other. Now, the calling has been taken up. In you, businesses, entrepreneur, the upper cases, we actually want you to join us in this travels. And together, we can achieve. Together, we can build Africa strong again.
We're celebrating the Children's Day, and we so much see what so far we can do to them. And children are the heritage of the Lord, and they're our future. You know, they hold the future of us. So we're just trying to do a little bit we could, and the Tesa Foundation is on. Thank you.
Remember, every single child is a child. 500 millions of children across the world shall be free. And thank you, and as we start and begin the journey.
So right here, what we've done here in Edo State today is we've actually reached over 200 of children, and we have some few left out, so we can take it back. So we need to give it to their parents and the blind, and so that's what we've left out. So we've actually connected all the children here, over 200 of them. So something we're very pretty and interesting about. And God bless Nigeria, God bless Edo State, God bless Team Tesa.
81, they'll bring the crashers to the party. And you know me, turn the O2.
All right, guys, thank you for staying tuned. Thank you for still being around with us. We really appreciate you guys. For those of you listening to us from our Audible platform, premium platform, we want to say we appreciate you guys so much. And without you, we'll even, stuff like this. And we thank you guys for your feedback and everything we'll be doing. So we've got the next question on the Q&A. Says, please share more light on what personal branding is.
Okay, personal branding, it's the shape of a person's perception that public sees.
Yeah.
Like it's about building a reputation, creating an image of yourself, and you're presenting it for
The people.
It's just like you're marketing yourself as an individual asset. That's what personal branding entails.
Now, and remarkable, nailed everything. And remarkable about this personal branding is that, first and foremost, everybody is a brand. I think they said a noun is a naming word, right? Definition of a noun. And I think personal, branding itself is even a naming. Anything that has a name is a brand. And everything being commoditized, and every single individual is a person, whether you develop it or not. You yourself, you are actually a personal brand. And when it comes to this atmosphere of this social media participation of what all this personal brand, though there are a lot of definition how people call it, and I think I'm going to go with your definition. Very interesting. And what I'm going to say is your personal brand, it's just the image, the image, the view, the way you want people, what you want people to know about you, and what you want people to see. There are a lot of personal brands that there is a lot of charismatic so that they can actually win the people's hearts. But when it comes to the personal branding, it's self-awareness. When you're self-awareness, that's just everything. if you're not self-awareness, and what you said from the beginning, you said content creation is something you do like just really like it has not even become a personal body of it. So likewise, during this section of no school section, we are in this ASU strike. A lot of people's self-awareness is to clothing designing. Some people are graphic designing, while some people are web, So if you're self-aware, your personal branding, it's the image of your self-aware. This is what I'm all about. This is me for you people, and this is me. But guess what? If your self-aware is in your personal brand, has to do with maybe coaching, but there is money in maybe being a scientist. So because there's so much money there, so you now decided to go to the tenor of the scientist, switch over. I have a good news for you. After several years in the scientist industry, you will come back. Because you understand, wake up in the morning and be in the good mood, living the life of your dream. Nothing beats that. If you're trying to just go ahead and make money because of one reason and that business is making money, you are in for the doom. And you'll be shocked and you'll be surprised. Even though your self-awareness things, even though it doesn't have so much money, at the moment, but being happy is just all about everything, Being successful, people defining what success really is. Success is just being happy with everything you do. So don't go for the money, follow the passion and also the gift, because that is where the self-awareness and that is what your personal brand actually entails. So I've got one more question here. This is the second to the last question. How for bringing your value, man? Please follow us on the various social media and our guest in the building. At what's your Instagram handle username? Endurance_what?
Official X.
Endurance_official.
No, official X. That's my Instagram handle.
That's the Instagram handle. It will be pumped if I'm not following you. I need to just check official Endurance. So, what we're gonna do is, official Eddie's word. That was remarkable. Official Eddie's word. So that is our Instagram handle. And right now, the reason I'm doing it in this, I want you guys to go ahead and follow. She has over 400 followers. And what I want you guys to do is let's see what we can do. So I want you guys to go follow her on official Eddie's word. Please follow our Instagram account because I knew she's gonna be happy with that, right?
Right.
Okay, good. So we're gonna do some pushing again. So please go ahead and follow her on our Instagram. So let's start this question before the last one. Okay, there's a question there. All right. So I think this one is I think a lot of people need this. So, what will you do if your content, I think today's show was even content creation stuff. I did cite it very well. What will you do if your content was poorly reviewed? That means you produce content and people receive it, so they receive it in a poor, like they're giving you bad review on your content. So how do you deal with something like that?
Okay, it can be very devastating sometimes.
Okay.
But one thing is certain, it is inevitable. No matter how much of a professional you are, we all have different tastes and preferences. So most times, you get to put up great content and still get
bad review. Yeah.
Okay, now first, as a creator, you need to see bad reviews as not a threat, but
a motivation. Yeah.
To do better.
Yeah.
And one mistake creators make is that when they run ads, for example, and there's a comment that's not good, they just hit the delete button. That action is very wrong because one thing I have gotten to understand, customers, they do not support perfection, they support human beings. And what makes you a human? By being able to own up to your mistakes and correct them. So when you put up a content and there's a bad, it is better you publicly address it
Than
than hitting the delete button or for you to bring down the content.
the post, yeah.
It's very wrong. So you need to own up to your mistakes
Wow.
and correct them publicly. It creates this transparency.
Yeah.
It makes them feel you like, oh, this person is real, and he or she can own up to her mistakes.
Wow. That is awesome. And I've got two things I want to, like, something happened. I think way back this one actually happened, I think 2017. So I went to a bloggers group on Facebook, I think 2017, yeah. So, and I comment there that, I think then, I said, we help you guys do some services online. So the services is kind of high cashing and people actually need such a service. Now the problem there is they don't know who the fuck I am and how do they trust me? Now, one of them who needed the service came to my DM and said, Alpha, how are you going to do that? I said, okay, no problem. I'm going to deliver the service for you, sure. But before anything, you have to pay me before I deliver the service. So the guy said, no, I should do it first with my money. I said, I can't do it. And that was what he said, no problem. And that was how the conversation ended. So I think like 2 hours later, a friend of mine called me that we went to high school together. He called me and said, go check your Facebook. So what is the problem? I said, just go check. He said, okay, no problem. Meanwhile, this guy that sent me DM went to that same group and wrote a full great article about me as a scammer. Not even like full article. This guy, I'm sure it's still going to be there, something like that, but that's way back 2017. He said, this guy claiming he's going to do this, is a scammer, beware of him. You know, this black continent mentality of a black people with black attitude and black manners of things, you know. This guy claim he can do this, really sure he can do this, tag my name. So I was offline already. Can do this, he can do this. Don't trust him, he's a scam. He wanted to scam me. When I came on Facebook, all my notification was like over 200. A lot of people have jumped on the comments, wrote a lot of shit. I don't know where to start from. And I was just like, oh boy, I have to now go to that same post. Now tag him, tag the admin, and make a screenshot of our message we sent. I said, well, this write-up is actually very, very amazing. But here I am, and this is the proof of my take from what actually happened. Though I use some lot of hard words also on him, because, you know, so that's the way I think I could handle it. But I made it transparency, and I reply every single person's comment on that same post. This is it, and this is what. So me not using my money to do the service for you doesn't mean I want to steal away from you. And that is how it went. Now, that is what you mentioned by addressing it publicly. Now, this question said, what are you going to do when your content got a poorly reviewed? And I want to say this relating to what you said. In 2016, I started creating content in 2016. I posted it on YouTube. The guy we went to same high school together called me. Though at that time, I'm lost in life. I don't know what to do. Called me. I think it was 2015 or 2016. Called me. I posted the video on YouTube. Take the link, post it on Facebook, and, you know, in groups, send it to some of like content creation of it. I don't even know they call it content creation. I just want to start YouTube, and they say money is in YouTube too. So I want to start creating content in my so I put out the content. I think the content is about like 12 minutes or so. And that my friend we went to high school together, watch the video, and called me, and he said, is this what you want to do with your life? I said, I don't understand. What is happening? He said, I saw the rubbish video you posted on YouTube. You're speaking stupid grammar.
Wow.
He said, you're speaking stupid grammar. Like, what are you trying to do? Your mates, and he said, your mates are hustling. You are making videos. And guess what? I've never think so deeply in my life before. And I have to sit down and think about my whole life in a second. All my entire life flashed in my front. And I was like, this guy could be right. My friend is also. Guess what I did? I went to YouTube, took the video down. And now, when I took the video down, I now called him. I said, guy, I don't know how to hustle. Teach me how to hustle. And that went that way. It took me, I think 2018 or 2019 before I started creating content again. Now, 2020, this same guy called me and said he just started and he wants to start a business. Can I give him some, that he saw the video I create? And he has forgotten way back 2016, he said something like that. And I don't forget. Now, in essence, is that there are a lot of keyboard warriors and activists that they're going to tell you how the country should go, why things is not happening, and what the government should be doing and what everybody should be doing. And nothing is actually happening in their own life. And when he called me, I was like, and after I shared one or two things, I was like, wow. So he can call. And a lot of people they've talked a lot of people out of their dream. And some people, they may not be able to go back to the track never again until they will die. But sometimes when I think about the process of everything, and today I was like, oh, thank God, I was able to get back to the track. So this story I just shared, it actually means so much to me. And this same my friend I'm talking, this same person I'm talking to you, like, I was able to listen to him because he was hustling and he had some money then than I. But then I was just praying for miracles, like food to even come. This 2016. But he's already hustling and he already has some money. So that's why some people in your life, probably your parent, your uncle, your aunties, your friends, your girlfriend, your boyfriend, and because they are in a upper hand in your life and they have this, maybe they have money or they have decision or they are older than you, and they give you advice to talk you out of your dream. You have to say no to it. Because at the end, you will be accountable for it, not them. And interesting thing, I think few months back, and one of my boss, Big 12 computer technology, and because I learned this computer engineering, but I think that is actually computer engineering background, is that I was told to go and learn mechanic. So with a lot of great fights, I didn't. I now have to pursue the passion up to this moment I was sitting down here. And they were giving review based on what happens then. And they were like, oh, thank God you didn't answer them and stuff like that. So there are a lot of these people in your life, they're going to take you out of your dream. Please, never. It may be your parents. They will quarrel. It's more better. It's better there is a quarrel for a short time than a pain of a lifetime. So whosoever you're listening to this, anything you feel like this is a passion, this is what you're gifted at, they will talk you out of it because you are not making money. Now, because if you're making money, they'll say, oh, that's my son, you get a point. And I think, so that's the same thing. So getting a bad review, as she said, is something you have to embrace so that you know where you are good at and where you are not good at, so that you can do adjustment, not to adjust to the consumer taste, because there are over 7 billion of people on it. So why should you kill yourself because of one single person's bad review about your product? So we still have over 6 billion of people. So that is one of my intake in that perspective. And I hope you were able to take something out of it. And I think, anyway, thank you. So that's for that. So we've got the last question for we to go out for this show. So the question is actually personally for you. So the question says, with everything we've discussed in this content creation of this Q&A section, what is your advice? What is your take? What is your advice for people out there listening and also watching us right now? What is your advice you would like to give them to take out of this, everything we've discussed together today?
Okay. Firstly, I'd say when it comes to content creation, like if you feel it's something you want to do,
Okay.
you feel it's something you love to do, you should start learning from people who are already ahead of you, and then hone your skills and keep learning. That's one way to be very good at what you do. And it's also important to follow your passion. Don't get into a business because of money, like you said. For someone like me, like I had a lot of opportunities. I've learned a lot of skills.
All right.
But I still stick with this one because it's what I do easily. It's
With
what
less
I love
effort.
doing. Yes, with less effort.
Yeah.
I can spend an entire day indoors creating content.
Talking alone, man.
And no worries. Yes, shooting videos and just be talking is what I
boy.
love doing without stress. I have skipped meals severally just creating content.
Wow.
So I found love in it. Like there's this passion that drives me to do it.
And I think, aside from today's show, I will always keep on check to whatsoever you're doing and atmosphere as well. So over blown up weights with everything, and I will tell you, keep up the good track because the world is actually watching. You know what we discuss on phone, so the world is watching, and we can't tell how far. Nobody can tell how far you can go when it comes to the content creation of a thing. So this is really, really so much amazing. I can see, I can feel the how the future is like with you. So never lose off track. You got a point. Never lose off track. So keep doing it, and 100%. You know the world is gonna be. It's going to be a better place for we creating something more valuable for people. So thank you guys. Want to appreciate you guys. We love you and thank you